So it's almost like this character has a mini court trial going on, and they're on the witness stand,
Yes.
and they've got this trial attorney that's just grilling them.
Yes.
But it's really their own voices, their own,
It's their,
from the
yes.
past,
Yeah.
whatever, what their own thoughts. That's just relentless.
Yeah.
And so does it break them down? Does it cause them to, you've seen films where someone will have a meltdown on the witness stand. Is it almost like that? They're having this mini meltdown inside themselves.
As the character?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, there have been breakdowns. There have been some extraordinary things that have happened, even to the point where it has frightened other people in the room with the power of what's happening, which I can tell you about one, which was interesting, where one character, I drove a character to the point of suicide, that she was ready to kill herself.
Wow.
And where the other people in the room kept begging me to stop because they were so frightened what she was going to do. So finally I did stop. And the actress, his name was Kathy. When I was talking to the character, I don't remember the character's name, so they wanted me to stop. And the way to stop is just to address the actor by her real name. And I said, Kathy, okay, we're going to stop. And she said, oh, okay, why? Why? I said, well, there are people in the room are scared. And I said, are you okay, Kathy? She says, I'm fine. Why do we stop? In other words, this separation between character and actor is really profound, that the character can be going through most extraordinary emotional experiences, and the actor is fine. The actor is protected from that. The actor is experiencing it, obviously, because it's happening within the actor, but once it stops, they're done. They're over. So it's running very deep inside the character. And getting back to a moment about Stanislavski and all of that, and going back to the whole history, and the group theater, and Strasberg and Meisner and all that, the way I see the work that they were doing, that I feel I'm totally in line with, is they were always looking for how can we get closer to the truth of the character? How can we stop pretending, stop manufacturing? I think this is what the method has done. This is what Stanislavski was going after. This is what the Meisner technique has done. This is what a lot of other teachers, whether it's Grotowski or Viola Spolin, they're all moving towards authenticity. And what I feel that I'm doing here is I've found yet an extension of what they're doing. I feel like I've actually, going all the way back to Stanislavski, I've shifted back to the character again. Some of my problems with the method and Strasberg, even though I am a member of the Actors Studio, both here and in New York, I was invited by Harold Klerman, which is cool. And here I was invited by Mark Rydell. I'm a member there, and I see the work they're doing. My problem is there's a little too much focus on acting and how the actor's behaving. And what I've done is I said, let's shift to the character. Let's take your mind off of the acting. Because if you're always thinking about the acting while you're trying to be the character, there's no room for the character's mind. I want to stimulate the character's mind. The ironic thing about this technique is, as opposed to probably all other ways of approaching acting, I think, this technique, the interrogation technique, is director dependent or other dependent. The actor cannot do it by themselves. Because you cannot sit there and think, okay, I'm going to shut down my actor's mind and open up my character's mind. As soon as you think that, the actor's mind is working. It has a job. Shut it. You can't shut your brain down. The interrogation process, because it's so powerful and overwhelming, forces the actor's mind to drift into the background, forces the character's mind and personality to emerge. So it needs another person, not necessarily the director, but it's good if it's the director. It needs another person for that to happen. So I feel like I'm actually right in line with where Stanislavski was. Like, let's shift off of the actor, back to the character. I've just taken it a few steps further into a very powerful, and it's very fast. It can happen in a matter of minutes, which you've seen. I do humbly believe that what I've done and what I'm doing, because this is a constant process, is I'm continuing the work that started with Stanislavski and Strasberg and Meisner and Viola Spolin and Grotowski, a lot of these legendary explorers of the acting process, and continually to shift the focus back to the character, to relinquish from the actor the responsibility of creating or pretending to be something, and allow the actor to experience the character that actually lives within them. Now, as I said before, the challenging part of this process is it takes two people, a director and an actor, or an actor and somebody else. The actor cannot just do it by themselves. It's an engagement. Now, the beauty of that is it's an engagement. It is part of the acting process where the actor says, I'll be the character, you interrogate me. And suddenly they're in an improvisation, which they understand. It's interesting. This takes pressure off of the actor. The actor doesn't have to have any answers at all. Many times I've worked with an actor and we've been talking about a character and we go, I don't know, does she think this? Does she think that? Oh, I don't know. I say, well, let's ask the character. They go, great. And then we go in an interrogation. It may only take 30 seconds, and bam, the answer is out. We got it. Great. So we allow the actor to do what they want to do, which is act, is to be the character. An example of this is a couple of years ago, I directed a play. I direct a lot of theater, and I direct film and television. I direct a play, 11 actors. Now, 11 actors, we went through a 10-week rehearsal process this way, using interrogation. At first, the interrogation was in the casting process, which is a startling thing to watch, and was startling for the actors to get up there and read for a part. And the first thing I do is I start interrogating the character. There is no preparation, there's no warning. And you watch the actors, and within a second, the actor will go right back into the character happily. They don't want to be questioned. They don't want to be told what to do. They want to be the character. And then I base my casting process on the characters that are revealed inside the actor more than their ability to read or to perform, because I'm looking for authenticity. Now I've cast 11 people this way, 10-week rehearsal process, and during that process, I am teaching these actors how to interrogate. Besides interrogating them as the characters, I'm teaching them how to interrogate each other. Because the danger is, or not the danger, the challenge is, in theater, they're going to do the play every night. And one thing that's, once you see the interrogation process, the ironic thing is actors are very good at it, because it requires improvisation. It requires, as I said before, playing the committee, playing multiple characters. And so if I was interrogating you, I could shift from an ally to a nemesis to a mother figure. In other words, I have to be able to do this. So actors are very good at it, so I'm teaching these actors how to do this because it's a play. And I have a problem here. These actors have to do this play every night. In a film, I can interrogate an actor right before a performance, get them in exactly the state of mind I wanted to be in them, and send them in the scene and film it. I'm done. I can't do that in a play. Every night it's a different performance. So I'm teaching these actors how to interrogate each other. As the play is running, and this was the plan, actually the event that was going on backstage was far more fascinating than what was going on stage. And I rarely saw it. Because backstage, the actors are interrogating each other before every entrance. I have an entrance in 5 minutes. Can you interrogate me? They're doing that backstage so that the actor can come on stage fully in character. Not to have to be standing there waiting for the cue line and come out and try to hit an emotional state that they know they're supposed to be in. They're already in it because of the interrogation that's going on backstage. In fact, there was Ian, one of the actors who did a lot of interrogation backstage, would come to me after a performance. You know, how was Kareen's entrance? Well, it was great, great. I tried something new. He's talking about what he was doing backstage to send her on and wanted to know from me how it worked. So there was this. Now, so we had a process there with these 11 actors. They were working together like a team, helping each other get into character, deep into character before every entrance. The play, by the way, was fantastic. Even though backstage I heard was really phenomenal, but I never got to see it. I get to hear about it.